All right, everybody, this is warning to all politicians. I'm running for president 2024, part 70. So just wanted to go over a couple quick things here. The on and off again, coronavirus, wear a mask, don't open up, all this kind of stuff. A few weeks ago, I was listening to some stuff on the stereo that switching channels, and wasn't much on, so it seemed kind of interesting. There was these doctors talking about the effect placebos have on people for even some serious diseases when they administer placebo drugs. And I'm hoping I don't have to explain what placebos are to anyone out there. But anyhow, given the way the mind and the body works, and we know terms like psychosomatic and hypochondriacs. So when this all first started, this coronavirus stuff, I was back up on the East Coast there in Jersey, and the way it was in the news and the way everybody reacted, and people were like freaking out and everything. I felt like I was going to get the crap just walking across the parking lot. And then they're talking about, elderly people, and well, I'm going to be 56. They ain't elderly, but and if you smoke and this and that, you're more likely to get it and everything. And I don't want to diminish the fact that it's something that's real. However, there's a lot of hysteria with it and stuff and everything, where the way the news made it seem, and still does to some effect, is if you get it, you're going to die. Put them on respirators and they even died and this and that. I wonder how much of that was like shock and panic and anxiety of what everybody had in their head, that just because they got this, they were doomed. And how many people got it just being cooped up and watching it constantly on the news, and then the slightest little cough or anything they had, oh my God, they had it, and must have. So placebos can affect our immune system to make us better. Can't they, in effect, give you a mental placebo that's making you sick? That's my question. To some degree, or to make, even if you have it, seem worse. It just seems to me, if it works one way, it should work the other way too. And I've talked before about manipulation and mind control and people's mindsets. They know they can manipulate a large part of the population through media, social media, news media, government press releases. They can instill fear, anxiety, worry, hatred, rage, whatever it is. If you listen to enough stuff, it'll affect how you look at the world around you and people around you. You can go even with racism, all this type of stuff. So, like given the, right away they had to politicize the disease and play politics with it. Trump this, Trump that, Trump. It should be a wake-up call to people out there. Hey, turn the friggin' TV off. I can even remember after 9/11 and then the start of the Iraq War. Even go back to the first Gulf War. Oh my God, it's going to start World War III. It's Armageddon. Saddam's the beast. Religious people, leaders, so-called leaders. Anyway, you got to understand, most of them don't have a full set, or they're not in gear, so to speak, and they're blowing a lot of smoke. They're some of them are not the most educated people in the world. Look at Farrakhan telling black people, the enemy started Corona to get rid of you, and now the vaccine is another part of it to get rid of you. It's a plan by Whitey, the enemy, to get rid of Africans. He's telling that to a bunch of people in Jamaica, and they're all, yeah. So who's your master? Who's your guru? Do you think for yourselves? The precautions I've taken out here on the road for coronavirus, washing face and hands. If I had to wear a mask, I'd wear a mask. It's a pain in the ass because some places they got the sign up, you walk in, no one's wearing a mask. Other places, you walk in without it and they're on you like white on rice. Oh my God, you gotta have a mask. That little bit there, I've seen a little bit of Nazi come out in people, from places I've had to deliver to, the kid at McDonald's, if you weren't standing, where the little mark thing was 6 feet back, you got to stand back. Go into a receiver's office, they're behind glass anyway, a lot of these places where, they got a sliding window. And they take your bills, and you walk in and they're in there wearing their masks, and you give them the bills and stuff, and you will go out there where the forklifts are, blah blah blah, whatever, and you come back in his office, you got to have a mask. Okay, go out there, the forklift drivers ain't wearing them. We're not getting too close anyway, but just the little bit of power that are given to people about telling them they got to wear a mask, and they take it to the hilt, so you really got to make your best effort to keep your mind free of what's hype, and take precautions. It's like when AIDS first started and all that, there was a bunch of unbelief about that, and doctors are warning, hey, homosexuals and needle users and everything, and they start coming out at first, oh no, it's because they don't like homosexuals and this and that and blah blah blah, and but the truth was, running around fornicating, heterosexuals, we're at risk for it too, and other venereal diseases and stuff, STDs, but it did seem to affect the homosexuals more. So, they told them, hey, you can't have unprotected sex. You shouldn't be changing partners and all that type of stuff. Because even though heterosexuals are also run around, well, I don't know about now. I'm not out there in the singles market and all that type of stuff, if you want to put it that way anyhow. But I remember back then, it was, there was very few who were just, running around. I shouldn't say very few, but, who were just running around, sex with anybody and everybody. Didn't matter. Most people, you got a steady girlfriend or something, that was it. Or you got married, so, it was like the rock stars and all that stuff. They had multiple partners, and that was that. But in the homosexual community, I've worked places where, there were gay guys there, and they pretty much, got off on telling each other, how big a slut they were, because every night they're out at the gay bar getting a different guy. So they were, doubling down on it. And I worked with a guy who got AIDS and died from it. And, he was the biggest anti-normal life type person there was. He was full of hatred and this and that, and, always trying to push his sexuality out there to where it would, he'd be real abrasive about it and get, just to set people off and stuff. And you know, I even had to complain to my boss. I was like, get this guy away from me or I'm gonna knock him the fuck out. And so you know, the way people look at things, you know, you gotta have, yeah, you gotta take things serious. If they come out and say this is gonna affect you, you need to take it serious and take precautions. But when they start playing politics with it, and would like, I mean, seriously, honestly, the Democratic Party does not care if they destroy this country. And this is where I'm tying these things together with the politics and stuff. You know, they would love more casualties, more chaos, more businesses closing, this and that, because it hurts Trump. It hurts the numbers. If you can remember, people are kind of fickle. They have short memories. Things were going pretty good before this coronavirus started, didn't it? They were really, really going to have a hard time defeating Trump coming up, right? Plus, you throw in the fact they want to defend Obama's record, his legacy. If Trump comes in and does like he did and got the country going again, putting all kinds of people back to work, people are happy, going, there ain't no way in hell they're going to vote for Democrat. You know, if he comes in and he does 10 times the job Obama did, that destroys Obama's legacy, don't it? People always be talking about Trump, you know. Obama was the first black president, but Trump really kicked shit in the ass and got this country up and moving. You know, he made America great again, and they hate hearing that. Oh, when wasn't America great? When? They'd never admit America was ever great anyhow. The left side there, you know. So, it's kind of ironic that they use it. Well, are you trying to say America wasn't great? You people would never admit that it was ever great. Not even after World War II. I bet, you know, there was a bunch of you shitheads running around, you know, dissing the country, you know. Just won a world war, brought peace back to the world, and put down, you know, Hitler and the Japanese Empire and Mussolini. I bet you wouldn't even admit America was great then. You know, so it's all about the politics and Obama's legacy now. There is no, I mean, look, Joe Biden doesn't have a leg to stand on his own. So they know they need to stir the racial stuff. They need to stir the COVID stuff and keep putting people out of work and getting the country further in debt and everything. They just want to make it as horrible as possible. Even if they don't defeat Trump, they want to make it as horrible as possible so that they can say, look at Obama's legacy. Look at and Obama did a lot of stuff to divide people, you know, with his white privilege, and you didn't get that on your own stuff. They won't let go of their guns and their Bibles, you know. Sometimes you got to wonder if both parties, I'm not talking about Trump, but both parties, Republican and Democrat there, if that ain't their mission, to keep us divided through politics and other things. And then they use all this shit. Well, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And demonize whoever doesn't want to live a normal life. Or whoever does want to live a normal life, I mean. You know, if you're against abortion and think work and raising a family and all that stuff's normal and stuff, well, they don't want it. Now they're coming out, you know, Black Lives Matter doesn't want a nuclear family, and they're pro-abortion and all these kinds of things. And honest to God, if you're a quote-unquote minority in this country, you ought to lose the tag, really. Just get away from them people. Say, you know what? I'm just an American. I'm just a guy or a woman, and I'm going to live my life and achieve what I can achieve while I'm here. Do for my children, and be a decent, honest, hardworking person, and not interested in all your homosexuality and screwed up alphabet people and killing babies right up to the time of birth and all the other crap they're putting in transgender shit. You know what it is? Yeah, you see the UFO movies and stuff, and the grays. That's what they want. That's what they want. No color, right? It's all just no color. The grays and no sexual orientation. They don't have sex organs. You understand? That's what the left wants. The left wants you to be a gray. You understand? They want you to be a gray. Everybody be identical, gray, gender neutral. No one has more possessions or any possessions. I don't think them grays have possessions. I don't even think most of them things that people say they're wearing clothes or anything. They're just a gray, lizard-looking, froggy-looking, whatever the hell you want to call it, with no gender and no wealth. That's what the Democratic Party wants for you. That's what the left wants for you. So take that into mind about, mind control, the manipulation of populations, mass media. Television's the greatest brainwashing machine ever invented. They want to move your opinions. They want to steer the herd. So just thought I'd throw that out there. And until they're done with this crap, just wash your face and hands, wear a mask when they make you. Don't stand so close. I don't like standing close to people in public anyhow. Anyway, you're in line at the cashier and you get some bozo about 3 inches behind you, like they're looking over your friggin' shoulders. You're doing your debit card. Who wants that anyway, right? So that's always been annoying. But most people keep a fair amount of, at least an arm's length away from strangers anyway, even when you're talking to them. So, but you got to be 6 feet. I don't think you got to be 6 feet. All you got to do is think. You don't have to be standing there if somebody's spraying it instead of saying it. Don't stand there and be right there in their face. Step back. So I don't believe the 6 foot stuff. But if you're at a basketball game or something like that, everyone's real close, or wear a mask. Make sure you wash your face and hands. Sanitizer if you want. They say soap and hot water works better, but do that. And gargle with Listerine or something like that, something good and strong, a couple times a day. And eat healthy foods. Dr. Oz said eat spinach, it boosts your immune system. So I've been eating spinach on just about every sandwich I get from Subway. I'll put spinach on it. And lots of other things like oregano, garlic. Get you some bananas, get some potassium in you. Milk, anything that's good for you. Just stay clean and keep an arm's length away from people, and I think you're going to be everything's going to be all right. I think it already is. I think they're just playing politics with it. Look, somebody invested a boatload of money in making all these masks. You understand? It's probably members of Congress. Just like anything else they mandate, they get invested in it first. So I wouldn't doubt a lot of these masks, if you look who's making them, and they're selling them into truck stops and Walmart and all that. Look at who's making them. And the hand sanitizer and stuff. I bet you somewhere along the line, politicians are involved, and they're trying to recoup the money they invested in getting these masks made and stuff. I would have no doubt about it. Same with the ventilators. I guarantee you, somewhere along the line, either in the distribution process or the actual manufacture of ventilators, there's somebody in Congress who owns a piece of that company, or their family does, or something. You can look back at a zillion different things that they've mandated and they've had their fingers into. Everything, seat belts to when they said all the TV stations got to go digital and all that kind of stuff, and you name it. I mean, they're not becoming, Nancy Pelosi didn't get $100 million off her congressional salary. So, and her family, I don't think, left that much money to her. And they were all politicians anyway. So, in Baltimore. So, I think all the politicians, it's pretty sad. In order for them to get paid, they'll sell you out. They don't care. They'll sell you out to China, Mexico, whoever. They will sell you out so if they get paid, they make their money. They don't care about the future of the country. If they run the country right into the ground and make it collapse economically, all that stuff, as long as they're able to put the blame on somebody else and they get paid, they could care less. And that's pretty sad. You're a politician. Your oath is to the Constitution and the people of this country to secure it and make it better. And they will absolutely be hell-bent. You got like AOC and others like her, Omar, and all this. They don't care. They are hell-bent on the destruction of this country. And they want to somehow think they're going to remold it into, out of the ashes, they're going to make it into something. Bullshit. If it hits rock bottom, you're not going to remold it into anything. You understand? If you totally destroy this country from within, politically and economically and stuff, and cause all this division, you're not going to remold it into crap. You're going to cause a bunch of deaths. You're going to have a civil war. And maybe give the lead to some of our foes around the world to go ahead and think, hey, America's got its own problems. Maybe Kim over there will start thinking, hey, I can go into South Korea now. They're all divided over there fighting each other. Maybe China will think, hey, we can go take Taiwan and we'll kick the shit out of Japan while we're at it. But it's a shame, but that's what it is. The political power and Obama's legacy. They cannot have Donald Trump come in there and just kick the hell out of everything and get everything running so smoothly and great, and people forget all about Obama. Are you kidding? Do you think they want Trump heralded as one of the greatest presidents ever? Which he would be. He was on track. He's on track to all this crap. I mean, he would go down, both sides would have to say, even people who voted Democrat would be switching over to Trump side stuff, which a lot of them didn't do during Reagan. But all the right wing look at Reagan, look what Reagan did and everything. If they left Trump alone to do all the things he wants to do, both sides would be saying, yeah, that Trump, man, he's the greatest president ever. Trump's the greatest president ever. Coming from both parties. The people, I'm not talking about the politicians, but the people. No matter what party they associated with, they'd be like, yeah, Trump kicks some ass. They can't have that. They don't want you to forget about Obama. Hear it all the time. Obama's legacy, his legacy. So, that's what you gotta remember. They don't care. They have their own agendas and all that type of stuff, and their own careers and their own cronies, wallets that they're looking out for. So, wanted to go over those things. Remember, placebos. They've done a lot with testing placebos and gotten positive results. Even some serious stuff, people getting better or not having symptoms as often. So if they can do it that way, what makes you think they can't do it in reverse and make you freaking sick with a mental placebo that there's this disease and it's everywhere, and if you get it, you're gonna die. You gotta wear a mask or you're gonna freaking die. You understand? The same thing with all the Black Lives Matter and stuff. The cops are hunting black people down, blah, blah. You look at the real numbers and everything else. You do not go to the final round of Jeopardy. It's not true. So they know they can cause hysteria. They want a bunch of zombies. 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 They say something, you react. Almost like them giving orders. Go. Go destroy. Go. You're zombies. Quit being zombies. Understand they know how to manipulate minds. Do you understand that? They know how. That's why companies spend billions on advertising, and politicians and these lobbyists spend billions of dollars on learning how to get their way, what they need to do. And in the military, in the the spy game and everything, they know. They know what drugs to give you to make you more apt to do it. They know what wavelengths to send out through the TV to put your brain to sleep. Why do you think they're legalizing marijuana? You know how easy it's going to be to manipulate a bunch of fucking stoners? Anyway, wish you all the best out there. God bless.